Let us maximize the flow of current in our life to manifest our desire. Recognizing the one source of the current, we bring this light down into the crown and then down into the third eye, where we form a vision of our desire in the mind's eye. Then we pull this energy through the mind, having removed all resistance from judgment and thinking, and into the heart, where we tune and vibrate the feeling of having this desire in now time. Pushing this energy into the solar plex, we focus the rainbow of color into a pure light representing the vision and sending a beam of white intention back to the brain so that the mind can amplify and tune the current flow. Now breathing this vision into the belly, the current forms, the formers, and breathing out this flow of water into the creation and to nourish the thirsty in this world. Breathing back in this vision and pulled into the root in contact with the earth, where we measure our human potential of the vision in terms of the benefit to ourselves and others, releasing any judgment. Breathe the vision back up to the heart and feel the vibration of having this reality now. And then push this up into the throat and profess it as though you have it now in every detail, and then breathe it up into the third eye, where this energy is projected with the speed of light out of the third eye and into the world. Releasing this vision, become aware of the royal crown above your head and lift your focus to the heaven, giving thanks and praise to the First Father as the source of current.
Look into your heart, my friend. That will be the return to yourself, the return to innocence.
Hello everybody. I just had to share, whenever everyone held intention toward me, I had a little burst of creativity, and this burst of creativity just kind of flowed out, something that wasn't on my mind. It wasn't really in my awareness space at all. But since then I have been thinking it through, and Matthew talked about how he maximized his current flow. You reduce the resistance. And so I got to thinking, because I have a background in electrical design, that it's possible to increase the current of creativity in our bodies, not only by reducing the resistance to flow from our mental resistance, from our thinkings and doubts and guilt and fear and shame and unforgiveness and judgments, but that an entire process could go further from that. So mixing everything, there's another video I posted. I'll try to put the link over here. It shows the body as a circuit, and from that you're able to discern how it is to maximize current and what the functions of the different parts are, both from a technical aspect but also from an aspect of the chakra system and the meanings of the words and the meanings from Sanskrit. So I just kind of mixed it all together, and I tried the process today for the first time, because the other day while everyone was talking about vampirism and how their energy was drained, that whole day for me was just kind of a neutral, flat day. It wasn't bad, it wasn't high energy state, but I just didn't seem to go anywhere. So I intentionally cut all the cords that were connected to me. I cleared my space, I recharged my energy, and I decided that I would just combine everything. And I even tested this with Tammy, and I got an experience that was amazing, and Tammy had a similar experience. So I wanted to share this with you, and if you feel like you would like to try this process, I would love to have your feedback to help fine-tune this, exactly what it means, where it may be right and where it may be wrong. But nonetheless, it was a powerful experience for me, and my level went up over a 10 today. When I did this process, I hadn't even spoken a word, and our dog just went nuts, started running circles and literally jumping this high, and she's not even a big dog. And so the energy that was broadcast was just bursting. You know, I don't even know how to rate that. But basically, I'll just step through the process. How about that? We'll just flow with this. So first of all, as was explained in the other video, our source of current is from our higher self. It's from God. It's from you know, whatever that is up there that we are all one and united in the same with. And so that current, that's the current that allows us to create, and it flows down. So think of a sunflower, and the current's entering the top, and where your third eye is, in your mind, your inner vision, you conceive of something and you have this idea, you know, it comes into your awareness. And so now that you've conceived the idea in your mind and you've seen it in the vision, you become aware of your crown just above your head, that upper chakra. And the process that I did is I would close my eyes and I would find the greatest source of light, like a sunflower would track the sun. And I found that great source of light, and I just felt that light as a current just beam through my spine all the way into the earth as a brilliant laser. So I started there, and then using my hands, I pictured a bubble of light in my third eye that was the vision, and I held my vision for my desire, and I got it in as many details as I possibly could. And then with a breath down, I breathed into my heart as I pulled this light into my heart. And here in my heart, I got my heart to resonate, as I have found that when my heart resonates the emotion of having it, what it is I desire, almost immediately the people and the circumstances show up to allow that process to begin. So I think about this vision in my heart, and I think about how I would feel in every detail, how it tastes, how it smells, how my body feels, in every detail I can imagine, in every color and taste that I can imagine. I envision its purpose. And then I breathe down and I move this ball of white energy down into my solar plexus, where the spiritual energy is folded into becoming physical in the gym. And right here, this energy, I think of this as a place that's a tuning, a feedback that sends energy back to the upper room. So I envision a spectrum like a rainbow merging into a pure light, and that pure light, just a single beam emitted back, a small beam emitted a pure white light back up to my brain, where it tells my brain how much current to flow and to put it in time in resonance with the energy that's from above, so that period of time that it's flowing, as well as the amplitude in which it's flowing, can be tuned in the mind. And then I move that ball of energy down into my creative center. And in this creative center, I feel the current flowing. And as the current flows here, I know that the formers, that like as a scriptural reference, you know, rivers of water, living water will flow out from our bellies. So I imagine this creation flowing into it, and my vision filling the earth, and people taking nourishment and growing from this and being nourished by this flow of creativity, of spirit that's being formed into the earth from my creative center. And then I take that ball of light, and I was sitting on the ground contacting my base chakra with the earth, and I pushed this ball down into this zone in contact with the earth, and I touched the earth with my thumb to visualize imprinting this creation into the earth, to manifesting this being a reality on the earth, created from the earth. And then I examined my human potential of what this would mean in the earth, and its value to other people, and its value to me. And if there was any judgment or shame, this is the point at which I said, no, this is for my highest good, and expressing myself into the earth is in the good of everyone else, because we create our uniqueness into the world, and it benefits everybody, and people would be deprived without this. And then from the earth, I pulled that white light back up to my heart, And then I experienced again the feeling, the emotion, everything in my body experiencing what it would be like if this vision existed now. And then I pulled this up to my throat and I professed out loud through my voice, because out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So I professed out with great energy and excitement, the feelings, the emotion, and I stated it as being right now, as it is. It exists in this moment, and it will, and I'm just waiting in anticipation for this to show up, because it exists now. So I professed in faith what it is, because I believed in my heart and professed with my mouth. And now I move that energy up into my head, into my third eye, and almost automatically my eyes just flashed, and a beam of light, like a projector of this vision, just projected this vision out into the world. It was amazing. I didn't even try. It just blasted out. And Tammy had the same experience. So this vision was projected into the world, and it was just the image was in the world now, and not even attached to me anymore. And so from here, I raised that awareness back up to my vision, where I envisioned it one more time, and then I raised it up into my crown, and then I gave praise and thanks to the one source of current, and our Heavenly Father, our higher self, God. And I just gave thanks back up into the heavens for God. And from there, I released it. And it was really amazing how powerful it was. I mean, my whole energy, my being was just like glowing. I mean, I couldn't believe how I felt. And our little dog was just going insane at this time. And so I took that and I left it there. I mean, my energy state came up so high, I can't even express that in words. And so then the last step, I went back to some water that I was already vortexing. I put some of Matthew's electrolyte in there before I started this process, and I had envisioned my intention on this glass of water. I even wrote down what it was that was my current intention, or the fruit of the current intention. And then I came back to this, and with this new high state of energy, I again impressed this vision and thankfulness into the water. I added a little monatomic gold to it, and into that, with a garlic press, I juiced a little grass, just a few drops of fresh chlorophyll to structure it with life. And I added some berries, some elderberries, and some blackberries that are currently just proliferating our presence here. And so I pressed a few drops of that into the water, and I added the magnets, both opposing and pulling, and then I let it vortex for another 20 minutes. And then as I consumed this water, I just felt this energy just fill my body, and it was so amazing. Every cell in my body was permeated with this just dizzying energy, and it's been amazing ever since. So if you feel led to try this process, I invite you to try this process, and please give me some feedback if this did anything for you, or if you think maybe something didn't quite feel like it was flowing, and maybe my understanding isn't quite clear on some of these aspects. But I invite you, of course, to watch the other video or the summary of that other video. And so I invite you to help me fine-tune this process, and it may very well be that this will be a digital product and workshops that I intend to do in the future. So I would appreciate any help whatsoever that you might give to this, any etymology or understanding or downloads that you receive from this. And so I offer this to you as a gift, and I thank you so much. Namaste. You have a blessed, wonderful, abundant, beautiful day. Thank you.
Likt jag på 10 sin feedback.